today we're talking about the new movies coming out. I think Space Jam's gonna have a big drop off. I don't think it's gonna have a big increase at the box office. It's expected to fall 45 to 50%, but if you look at the reviews, nobody likes this movie. Space Jam: A New Legacy. Nobody cares about that movie. It's gonna probably drop 60 to 70% more than likely. But the new movies is Snake Eyes and Old. Those are the two big releases of the week. Obviously we all know those are the two big releases in the week. But Paramount, Snake Eyes, and Universal's Old Iron opening to low and mid-teens. All three films are targeting younger male audiences, which could cannibalize box office revenues. If a okay, what was it? If any film has the top 15 box office, called Snake Eyes. It is projected to open 15 to 16 million in 3,516 screens. It has some potential to dethrone Space Jam 2. And yeah, the G.I. Joe movies did okay at the box office. Snake Eyes is living. It cost $88 million to make it. It isn't really that expensive to make. It only cost $88 million to make, so these make $170 million to break even at the box office. So if the movie makes Snake Eyes makes like $20 to $40 million at the box office, which I predicted it would, because G.I. Joe is not a small franchise. Like they're saying it is, Snake Eyes is taking a softer launch for the first two installments, which came out after years removed from COVID-19. For the state of the movie, theater has improved considerably in the recent weeks. It hasn't yet returned to pre-pandemic levels, and there's also the Delta variant as well. But again, they're gonna of course use the same fandom message and say, "Oh my God, Black Widow, get woke, go broke." And Old is coming out as well. That's made by M. Night Shyamalan. It is projected to gross 12 and 15 million, which could rank at the director's worst weekend ever. Which again, that's failed to Lady in the Water. Outside of a handful of commercial fires such as The Last Airbender and After Earth, Shyamalan's films tend to do strong at the box office, and do well with critics and reviewers. So yeah. Old is projected to go 10 to 15 million. Here. And I wouldn't be surprised if both movies perform better than expected. A lot of movies, with the exception of very few movies, are performing better than expected, which is just more to see at the box office. For example, Space Jam 2, they were projecting like 20 million opening for Space Jam 2, and that movie opened with 42 million, which is definitely far higher. Boss Baby opened with 17 million, which was they predicted. And Purge opened to what they predicted. Black Widow opened to what they predicted as well. So, but a lot of the earlier movies, they were opening higher than they predicted. Like Hitman's like Bodyguard, they were projecting like a $10 million opening or something like that. Peter Rabbit 2 is performing Angry Birds 2 level. And The Quiet Place Part 2, Cruella opened far higher than they predicted. Cruella, they were expecting an 18 million opening, and yeah, they were expecting Quiet Place to open to $30 to $40 million. Not $47 million. So yeah, the movie G.I. Joe might open to 25 million to 27 million, and yeah, and people are saying it's gonna fall 45 to 50%. Again, if you look at the reviews for Space Jam: A New Legacy, people don't like the movie. Yeah, the movie topped the box office, but Space Jam 2. Okay. Or Space Jam: A New Legacy. 4.3 on IMDb. Okay, Rotten Tomatoes, I bet it's pretty well as well. Again, Rotten Tomatoes has inflated reviews on the audience score now, but yeah, 81%. Surprised it's that high. And Metacritic. Metacritic and IMDb and Letterboxd always says to inflate reviews for movies. I don't know nobody trusts Rotten Tomatoes anymore. 3.1 on Metacritic. 3.1 on Metacritic. Yep. 3.1. And yeah, this movie's not gonna have a good second weekend, okay? But the Phantom Menace praised this movie. They called it a masterpiece, because it beat Black Widow. So it's apparently a masterpiece according to them. Okay? But yeah, this movie's gonna lose like $200 million. It's losing up to currently around $200 million at the box office lost as this movie continues. And $200 million loss at the box office currently right now because it needs to make like $300 million to break even. Then, which is absolutely an enormous amount. Basically, it needs to break even. So this is gonna be one of the biggest flops of the year, more than likely. Even In the Heights, which was a movie that underperformed, which I wasn't surprised by it underperforming at all. In the Heights has $49 million box office worldwide. I would say it might overperform in Latin America, but even Latin America's like, yeah, we don't want to watch this garbage, and yeah, no one wants to watch this. Okay, yeah, and again, In the Heights, I think the reason why that movie flopped, not because of Get Woke or Broke, was it flopped because older audiences would typically watch musicals, then turn out for this movie. So that's why In the Heights flopped. Flopped. It's a musical, and musicals appeal towards older audiences. Younger audiences don't want to watch a musical. They just don't want to watch a musical, which is why In the Heights flopped so hard. So that's basically it about this video. Goodbye.